Welcome everybody to Chanel's Reality. I'm Chanel, I'm your host. One second. So this is gonna be pretty short recap because I just got a tooth pulled on this side. I'm not with it. So I just took my medicine. By the time I finish with this video, hopefully everybody kicked in and all is well. So, like I said, welcome to my channel, Chanel's Reality. On this channel, we talk mostly about hot topics. I really love reality TV, so we do recaps. Sometimes you just hear me. Sometimes I have some panelists. Other times I may do it with a friend of mine, another fellow content creator. Please like, share, and subscribe. That's a free and easy way to support my channel. So I really would appreciate it if you guys would like the video, share the video, watch the video. And then also, if you don't mind, if you wouldn't mind, it's also very helpful to comment down in the comment section and watch the video till its end. All of these things are measured by YouTube and they help me. And so, anyway, so we're going to talk today about Beverly Hills, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We're going to recap. And I wrote at the top, I literally cannot. Look on my notes. I wrote, I literally cannot. I can't. Because it's this Annemarie lady. She's just, God. Anywho, so the episode starts off with kind of like where it left off. And it left off with Crystal. What was Crystal? Oh, Crystal, I think she has high blood pressure. I think is what they said on the show. And so she was just, it was too high. So she, I think, started feeling nauseous and things like that. By the way, take care of yourself. Go to the doctor. High blood pressure can definitely be a silent killer, is I believe what they call it. I work in health profession, but I'm not a doctor. I deal more with people who have mental health issues. So they start off there, and I can't. With Annemarie, come to the front. I know you recently did a, what do you call it? You did a video, or like you did a, oh my God. Bentley, stay. Sorry, because my dog, I'm like, can you just move? Why do you need to be over here? You have 42 beds. Why? Move. Move. Go. Move. Go. Thank you. Okay, you can stay right there. He won't let me be great. He will not let me be great. Now I lost my train. Nope. Bentley. He is determined to sit on my surge protector and turn off my ring light. I don't understand. Anyways, I told y'all he won't let me be great. Now, mind you, he been over there in his bed in the entryway until just now for hours. And now it's like, oh, she's talking. Let me go sit by her. Let me go mess up some shit. I'm just saying. Anywho, so this is the thing with Annemarie. Because, oh, I was telling you guys, she did some sort of like, I guess, a interview. I think it was with like E! News or something like that. And the lady was asking her a lot. One of the things she asked her is about that 9.5 or 8.5 or whatever it is. And she still, first it was, this is a badge of honor. My husband gave me 8.5. I'm killing it because if I could be an 8.5 here. Some people, what'd she say? Some people are a 10 here aesthetically. And then, but they're 6 here. But girl, you are giving, Annemarie, come to the front. You are giving 6 all day long. Like, I can't believe anything you say. You seem to lie a lot. We all, the whole Bravo sphere can see. It's clear as day. The whole shit is made of glass. That Kyle, because Kyle's a snake, but let's just be clear. Kyle's a snake, so she talked to you. And she gave you, what do the people say? She put a battery in your back. She gave you your assignment. And just like a drone, I'm just calling it how I see it. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just telling you how I see it. She gave you the battery and she gave you your assignment and you went off and did your assignment. And then she was shady to you in the after show. She was just like, I don't know. I didn't even know Annemarie was still talking about. Stop it. Kyle knows exactly what she's doing. She likes to throw little grenades and then be like, oh, I don't know. And then she'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you. I can't. So Annemarie was being interviewed and she was saying, they were asking, you know, is it better now? And she was basically saying, yeah, everything at the reunion, I'm glad, you know, I learned some stuff or whatever. I don't think she's learned anything. I just don't. Just like I don't think Dorit has learned anything, but that's another story for another day. because she has zero self-awareness, and this is why. So they've stopped the vehicles because Crystal, like I said, she's having some sort of medical emergency. Her blood sugar, not her blood sugar, but her blood pressure was raised, elevated, high, whatever. So she had to go to the hospital. Um, and this is the thing. This is why I cannot with Annemarie. She comes over and, she's talking to her. She's saying, this is a situation where, you can't just have some ginger ale and take a nap or whatever she said. She really needs to get some medical help today. And so she's sitting there in the ambulance and she says something that is just so annoying. I don't remember exactly what she said, but she said something like, I don't want her to stroke out of here. And I'm just like, I'm thinking to myself, she's saying this, I believe, to Kyle. And even Kyle's kind of like, you probably shouldn't say that because Crystal is literally sitting right there. Like, legit sitting right there. What are you doing? Girl. That's why I be like, come to the front. Just come to the front. Because you need media training. I can't with you. And like I said, again, no self-awareness. You keep just giving us, it's like manna from heaven. You keep giving us every reason not to like you. And then you say you're so likable. No. I hope for you, because I do hope they bring you back. I really do. Mostly because I just want, this is bad, but it's because I want you to give Kyle a taste of her own medicine, because nobody's been able to do it ever. Because anytime Kyle feels attacked, or she feels that somebody's got a leg up on her in an argument or something like that, she's gonna cry. I'm a whole therapist. I get it. I understand people's emotions. I believe people should be able to, emote whenever they want, express themselves, demand that people respect them. I agree with all of that. And Kyle's also going through a really tough time because I think she lost her best friend. But that's not what this is about. I'm saying every single year, Kyle's hands is in something that's indirectly destroying somebody else's life in some way. And it's just not cool. And she never gets called out on it. And then when she does get called out on it, she gets angry, she cries. I remember, I don't know where they were, but they were at a dinner table in like a house. I think they were on a vacation. And the girls were kind of teasing Kyle about how her and Teddy have anxiety. And they kept saying that they went to couples therapy. It was hilarious. I mean, I didn't see it that way, but then they kept saying it on the show. So it was just kind of like, they trying to say kind of like what's going on with Kyle and the country singer right now, But anyways, that's another story for another day. So I say that because Erika's sitting there, and then I don't remember exactly the sequence of events, but Erika basically agrees with whomever asked the question, which was, and I'm paraphrasing, something to the effect of, yes, it does seem codependent. It does seem like y'all are a couple, and whatever. I think Erika was being very truthful. And that's the thing with Erika. Because I do think she has a little bit of narcissism going on there. I'm not saying she's narcissistic. To me, she has narcissistic behavior. The reason that I say that is because, all the evidence is there. But then also, too, she asked her therapist. Her therapist was telling her, you're going to have to figure out a way to basically show empathy. And Erika's like, well, how do I do that? How do I get that empathy? Girl. So to me, all I can think is sociopath. That's just me. Because they don't have a feeling. They can't feel bad for others. So, but I say that to say this. In that scene with Kyle and Erika was being honest, and she's just like, yeah, I did think it was weird. We all thought it was weird that you and Teddy are so close, right? I honestly didn't think that. I didn't, and still don't understand, one, why people didn't like Teddy. Well, I understand it better now. Now that she's not on the Housewives, I'm just like, you're so annoying. But when she was on the Housewives, I didn't feel that way. I didn't. I didn't start to feel like that until after. You could just tell Teddy's just thirsty. I don't know what it is. I don't get it. But anyway, my point is this: when Erika was truthful with Kyle about how she felt that it looked, a little strange that Teddy and Kyle were so close and going to therapy together, or couples therapy is how they said it, which is shady. But we do shade here on Chanel's Reality. I'm just saying. We encourage the shade. Like shade. When she said that to Kyle immediately got angry, does the whole crying thing. And she's like, and I'm paraphrasing, she said something to the effect, because this is like 5-6 years ago. She's like, well, you just wouldn't know because that's why you don't have any friends, or you don't have any friends. And Erika was real composed, because I don't know that I could have just sat there. Because I would have went smooth off on her. But Erika was just kind of like, I'm gonna let you be, because I don't think you realize the magnitude of what you're saying. Um, and then she was really nice to her. She was just like, I don't have a lot of girlfriends, right? But I have a small group of friends, and I consider you one of them. I was like, okay then, Erika. But she got Kyle together, and I think she could have done a lot worse. Personally, I wanted her to, but I just think she understood that. I think Erika understands that who's the person really in charge, right? They could say the production company and Andy and whomever else, but Kyle for 12 seasons straight has never gotten a bad edit. Never. She always somehow gets like a sympathetic edit, even when she's in the wrong. And it's like, even when she's in the wrong and she knows she's in the wrong, she'll start crying. And then it's like, if you continue down the road of that was effed up, Kyle, why do you have snake like behavior, it becomes, it feels like you're beating up on like a pregnant lady. And it's just like, nobody's cool. Nobody is going to allow you to beat up on a pregnant lady. But she doesn't, and it's quite effective. Kyle has a really good way of, and I really liked Kyle at the very, very beginning, but she's mastered fakery, truly. Because if you go and watch from season 1, you really do think she comes across as, a good friend, a good wife, a good mom. Like, she just does. She comes across that way. And the more you watch, if you're a smart person, and I consider myself to be a very smart person, you eventually are like, wait a minute. But Kyle started that. So that's just like, even in this season, Kyle is the person that told Annemarie, basically go make Sutton seem like she's crazy. And that she's a liar. Because Kyle started with the whole Sutton's a drinker. That didn't work. So now Sutton is, from what Kyle is trying to say, and what Annemarie did say, is, maybe has an eating disorder. And it's just like, really? And that's why I said, after this season, if you continue down this road with your enemy number one, Kyle, I'm not going to have your back. I'm not going to feel bad for you anymore. I probably will feel bad because that's just who I am, but I'm not going to say anything because you're a grown person. What did you say a few years ago? I'm now 50. So you fully understand, or you should. You should understand that it's just not cool. And it's just like being so super loyal to a person that just does not give it about you. Like, she just does it. If she does, she doesn't come across on the screen that way. And this is what I do think Kyle is also very effective at. Her and Tamra Judge are also very effective with this. So what they'll do is, so you're a new person, or, you could be maybe one season in. What Tamra does very effectively is she, probably calls the person over, invites them over, they have lunch or cocktails. I don't like Tamra Judge personally, but I can understand why people kind of, it's like the, what's the octopus lady from the Little Mermaid? It's like she's just calling to you. She, I think, comes across and makes a really, really good impression on people, especially if they're new, because she most likely is like, oh, I was new, and, if you have any questions, I remember what it was like my first season and second season, and this is how you cope with it and deal with it, and so on and so forth. And it's so clear because mid-season at some point, that person sees, not Teddy, what's it, Tamra, for exactly who she is. And by the time they get to the reunion, it's just kind of like, Tamra, I'm sorry, I just got a message on my phone. On my iPad. That's time they get to the reunion, they realize all of that was fake. I will pump you up and gas you up, and then I will throw you to the tigers and the bears and whomever else. And that's what Kyle has done repeatedly. I don't know. I'll deal with that tomorrow. Like I said, guys, I got my tooth extracted today, so this is going to have to be pretty quick. And we're already 14 minutes. And I said I was only going to do 30 minutes, so let me see if I can get through it. Like I said, Annemarie, she has zero self-awareness, and she's annoying. She's annoying in, like, the worst way. She's annoying in the... I generally can really like people when they're authentic, and it's the fakery for me. I can't. She has a PhD in fake. Oh, and this is what I wanted to say. So she made in a comment, like, in her confessional about Crystal and, Crystal going to the hospital and this, that, and the third, and she's just kind of like, You know, it's very ironic that, Crystal has been coming for me and she's saying I'm a fake doctor. I think Crystal didn't say that. I think Crystal said you told her you were a doctor, and then now you're you're not. You're a nurse anesthetist, and you also said on the thing that you can interchange. I think was it on the after show? You can interchange. You can definitely say nurse, anesthesiologist, or whatever it is. No one believes you, including the American Association of whatever it is, the board or the people or the company who kind of like probably gives licenses um, to anesthesiologists said, no, ma'am, absolutely not. That is not accurate. It's just, so you know it's a problem if they have to step in. Because people like that don't really step in. Every once in a while, they stepped in on Potomac with the situation that happened with Dr. Wendy SFO. Shout out to Dr. Wendy. Because they were fighting and they wanted everybody to know we don't want nothing to do with this. They said something and then this company, this I guess governing body said something too, and it's just like, girl, if even the board that licenses you is saying no, that's false. Why are you still running around in America? It's just it gives delusional, and I need you to get some help for that, sis. Um, but she, she's in her confessional saying how ironic this is. Basically, kind of like, see, you were doing all this, talking all this stuff, and now look at you. That's exactly what she was given in that confessional. But this is the thing. I don't understand why Annemarie has put on her hero hat. Annemarie, come to the front. You did absolutely nothing, love. I don't even think you called 911 for her. You sat there and you were like, oh, yeah, she needs to go to the hospital or whatever. She needs urgent care. But you didn't in any way try to comfort that lady. The comfort that you tried to give off to us, it's giving fake. And why is that? Well, I can't buy that, you really did care and you were really concerned about her. Because who then goes into their confessional and basically is like, that's what she get. You didn't use those words, but that's what you were saying. She talked all this mess about me and look at her now. That's what you were saying. We aren't dumb, okay? You gotta come with a little more. That ain't it. That ain't it. Crystal, there's lots of things you can say about Crystal. I personally think she's elitist. But I can support, people being who they are. And that's who she is. We just want you, we being Crystal, the cast, the viewers, we just want you to be real, sis. That's all it takes. Authenticity. That's all. There's a word for you. You can put that into your confessional when you do your confessionals. For those guys who are just now tuning in, if this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. This is Chanel's Reality, and we talk a lot about things that I like. So I like reality TV. I'm into some pop culture. I love hot topics. I like light and fun, although I can do very serious. I have expertise in very serious matters as well, like mental health. Um, but generally, I love having fun, and so I would love for you guys to subscribe. Please subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification button, so that way you'll know anytime we are uploading a new video or we go live or, reporting on something that's urgent or breaking news or whatever, you'll get a notification. But if you like hanging out, talking housewives, talking reality TV, or celebrity, whatever, we love luxury over here. You'll hear me say, I am made for 5-star hotels and room service, and that would be accurate. Okay, it is what it is. I remember years ago we were redoing our kitchen, and they kept sending me the contractor to go find the stone that I wanted on top of my new cabinets, and they were like, okay, Miss Gladdy, this is the level of stone you could afford based on your budget. You're in this level, okay? Not your everything that I kept choosing clearly was beyond my budget. I kept choosing marble. I kept ending up in the marble section. Even with my little god baby Zoe, love you Zoe, miss you baby. I kept, because that's what happens. You could put all of Saks Fifth Avenue stuff at the Macy's and it wouldn't matter. I'm still gonna pick on accident, not even on purpose. Probably the most expensive. It's not. I'm a Leo. It is what it is. It's who I am. Back to the episode. Oh, like I said, we are recapping the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This is season 13, and I think it's episode 11. I could be wrong about that. Oh, I had a lot about esophagate. I just want you to let it. what's her name? Annemarie, come to the front. Do like Elsa said. Let it go, sis. Just let go of your beef. What would be a smart move for you, Annemarie? Because I do hope they bring you back. What would be a smart move for you is make sure whatever you're going to say needs to be said. Okay? That's not to say that you can't interject and do all the stuff that we kind of like. We're not saying that. You should have your voice. I certainly advocate for that. The problem is you've come across as a know-it-all. And if I were you, I'd probably be under the bed crying somewhere because I don't like feeling misunderstood. It's when I don't like anyone to lie on me, and I don't want to feel misunderstood. The reason I want nobody to lie on me because people will believe it. People will believe a lie way before they believe the truth. And so it wouldn't matter if it's true or not. If you say something egregious about me, people are going to believe it. It doesn't matter who you are. People will believe it. Doesn't make it accurate, doesn't make it true. But that's the society we live in. Our society has, in my opinion, we have a disease of finding fault. We love to find fault in people. So it came across as, here I am, Kyle used you specifically because you do have that health background, and I'm certain you probably told her 32 times before y'all even started filming that you have a health background. So when Kyle was doing her whole, how do we take down Sutton this season? But Kyle never wants to get her hands dirty. So she talked to you. She knew you were already thirsty. You really wanted to, come on TV, show your life. And it's cool. I'm not hating on you, I just want you to just have a little bit of self-awareness because she gave you that information and you took it and you ran with it. And you thought the whole time, this is the thing that's the worst. You thought the entire time you were coming off completely the opposite of the way you were. You thought you're talking to everybody and that's another thing. You're at the Kyle's friends, like a memorial service or celebration of life service, still talking about Sutton. It's giving obsessed. And I know y'all supposedly have moved on or whatever, but that's the type of stuff where I'm saying self-awareness. Like, even Garcelle said to you, but why do you care? I don't know why when she said that to you, you couldn't have taken a moment. Let me think about this, because you claim to be so smart and intelligent. And I'm not saying you are or are not. I'm saying I just don't know if you have the maturity. I don't know if you have the mindset to have some sort of self-awareness, because to me, bells would have went off if a person that's been on this show for 3, 4, 5 seasons is saying indirectly, why are you still talking about this? That's basically what Garcelle said when she said, why do you care? Because it doesn't make sense. It's not like Sutton came to you and said, hey, I need some advice about my esophagus. She didn't. She never did. Even when you were trying to talk crazy to her, you're like, I don't know, she's taking it personally and she's being this way and she's being condescending. No, you're acting as if Sutton clocked it. She clocked you. She really did. She was just like, am I at a dentist appointment? A medical appointment or whatever it is. So it's just like, I want to see you win. I really do. I do. But I go back and watch the seasons. I don't believe when people say, when they come onto this show, and they're like, oh, I never watched Housewives. Shut up, lying. All of y'all have. And all of you are fans, with the exception of Orange County, because I think they were the first ones out of the gate. They didn't have a kind of like a blueprint, so to speak. All right, I'm already, it's 23 minutes. Okay. What else? Hold, please, guys, hold on. Okay, so I think now, let's see, hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so I'm not going to go in order because I didn't write it in order for some reason. So the ladies are having, I think, lunch, or they may have been having dinner. And then, people were having conversations. And I think it was with Sutton and Erika. I'm not 100% certain. But they're having conversations. And after they kind of like get through all of that, then Garcelle brings up the situation with Dorit. Dorit, girl, come to the front, because I love you and your fashions. Lots of people are always like, I hate Dorit, I don't like her, she needs to go. I've never really felt that way until Garcelle came on this show. But I didn't really want you to go. I wanted you to get educated, and you still have not done that, I see. Because it's she's been here like, 4 or 5 seasons now? and you're still having trouble. And I'm not saying that it doesn't take a while to kind of understand and get your footing with something that you're not really that familiar with. Because in reality, you saying to Garcelle a few episodes ago, because you attacked me, it just rang false. And even Erika, God bless her heart, even Erika clocked it. She was just like, you can't say certain things because Garcelle had checked out. She was just like, I cannot with this girl. And Erika was trying to get you to understand that it is different. And the shady producers, they show all of the flashbacks to when other people on the cast have said, why are you attacking me, to each other? But we all know, and that's why it's annoying when they do stuff like that, because you don't give it any context. A white woman to another white woman saying you're attacking me does not hold the same weight as a white woman saying it to a black woman. And if you want maybe some more proof or an example, a few years ago, I don't know if you guys watch the news much. I don't anymore as much as I did, but there was a situation, and this is just one of a million situations, where there was a lady, no, there was a guy. He was in some sort of bird watching park that they have in New York. And I've been there, I didn't know that, but I was also trying to live my best life. He was sitting there, and he basically, this white lady came, and I'm using the word white and black just to give people understanding of how paint the picture, really is what I'm doing. So she comes through the park, and she has her dog. And I don't live in New York, but I guess based on what some of the way it was reported is, this is not that type of environment that you need to have your dog walking. It's not a dog walking park. It's very specific. People come here to look at the nature and to bird watch. Apparently, that's a thing. And because the man, and I'm paraphrasing all of this because this is a few years back, the guy was basically like, hey, can you not be in this park right now with your dog because I'm trying to do the bird watching? And I don't know exactly how everything went, but it's on film. I don't know who was recording her or whatever. It's on film. She was certainly a Karen, be clear. She calls 911. She weaponized being a white woman. She weaponized calling the police, knowing that they would have a certain type of response, because she made sure to say, there's a black man here, da 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 da. You can go look it up, Google it, or whatever. That's the type of difference that I'm talking about, Dorit. You didn't do what this lady did. She knowingly did that, but she did it knowing the type of response that this white lady on the phone saying some black man's in the park attacking me, or whatever it was that she said, that's going to get us a different type of response. Be very, very clear. And that's what Erika was getting at. You get a different response because our history is different in this country. And people can say all day long, oh, that was so long ago, this, that, and the third. Let's be clear, okay? Let me put on my therapist hat. Let's be very, very clear. Trauma doesn't end after the incident, okay? That's not to say that, you're going to walk around every day as a victim. That's not saying that. It's saying that it's trauma. And if you have a memory, you'll probably get triggered by something, right? So my mom passed of cancer. If I watch a movie about a lady and her mom who passes of cancer, I'm probably going to get triggered in that moment. I shouldn't hear anyone coming up to me talking about, well, your mom died 10 years ago. Why is it still making you emotional? I'm going to be emotional because, one, I have a right to be. Two, we're all human beings, and human beings are emotional creatures. We just are. It's why we go to war. It's why we fight people. It's why we break up. It's why we fall in love. It's all of the reasons why. It's all of those things. You can't manage other people's, emotions. So stop it. And stop trying to tell people that they need to move on. I'm moving on when I can move on. Right? It's not your problem. It's kind of like what Dorit put her foot in her mouth when they were in Las Vegas. And she's just, Garcelle saying, I don't really trust this group with my kids. And it was a very, I felt like, authentic, emotional point. And listen, Garcelle has way more class and grace than me, because I could not with these women after what happened to her and her son, and the stuff that happened on Twitter, bullying him and saying so many inappropriate, racially motivated, egregious things to a 13-year-old at the time, or 14-year-old. It's outrageous. And here comes Garcelle trying to do what a lot of people do, which is let me manage your trauma, or let me manage your PTSD. You're over here. Well, Garcelle's been a year, you know. It's so fucking condescending that I cannot. I want to root for you to read, but you just continuously do that. Meanwhile, 3 episodes later, you're having a whole conversation with your husband, PK, and he over there doing the same dismissive things that you were doing to Garcelle. Stop me when I'm wrong. Find the line what I'm saying. You want PK to understand that it's a process for you, right? That's what you want him to do. This is something that happened, what, a year or two ago to you? Or even just maybe a year ago? I'm not in any way trying to dismiss or make it seem as though one feeling is greater than the other. I'm trying to clarify for you that what Garcelle is feeling, I don't even have kids. And I know what that feels like to walk around every day with society's, you know, uh, tropes about black people or black women and all this different stuff. I know what that's like. So we live it every single day. And you over here, this, what, 2-year ordeal for you? And again, I'm not dismissing it, but think about it. I'm 43. I've been dealing with the racism, sexism, and whatever other ism you want to add to the category my whole 43 years. I don't get a day off. You know, I don't get to be like, well, you know, I won't be black today. I won't be as brown today so that people could just tolerate us. We don't get to do that. We have to be on 24/7. And it's emotional because I have a whole black husband. He's tall and black and handsome. Hey, boo. And, you know, I have to think about what happens if someone misunderstands. Because my husband is not about to bow down to anybody for any reason. That's just not going to happen. He's a very strong black man. He ain't going to do that. Especially when he know better. He's very intelligent. You know, and it's been some situations. I was in the hospital last year at an ER. And they were, I came there because I had surgery earlier that day. And to make a long story short, I sat there for hours. And I'm asking them, I'm in pain still. I'm in so much pain. If you've ever had your body cut on, it's very painful. And I needed to know what was going on. I just had surgery 6 hours ago. And so I went up to the nurse's station and I was like, hey, listen, I need somebody to come take this IV out of my arm because I'm just going to go to the hospital where I had the surgery. Because clearly they will understand. Even though I showed the doctor my scars and all this, it didn't matter. Y'all still didn't give me any help. How do you sit a patient in the lobby for 3-4 hours or hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever it is, knowing that they had surgery earlier that day and don't give them any type of pain medication? But that's not even what the story is about. The story that I'm telling you, or what I'm sharing, is I went and sat back down and told my husband they're not going to do it or whatever. And so he went over to the nurse's station, like, come and take this thing IV out of my wife's arm so we can take her somewhere where she will get treated for what's going on with her. The nurse was like, well, I'm not doing that. She needs to sign some sort of documentation, basically giving the hospital free reign to say we can't, if something happens to me and I'm ill, that they're, you know, not going to get sued or I can't sue them or whatever. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. My husband also, I ain't signing nothing, period. He's standing up. He's been an advocate for me. The reason I'm bringing this up is a few seconds later, after my husband says, no, I'm not doing that, go and get somebody to take the IV out of her arm so we can go, the nurse threatened him. She was just like, if you try to leave here with her, I'm calling the police. She said, I'm calling the constable. Why? Why are you calling the constable? I am a person who just had surgery 6 hours ago and that is in pain. And you know, in surgeries, you could have complications, but you're not listening to me. I feel like, and I really didn't want to think this at the time because, like I said, I've been sick all that year. And it was like, I don't want to believe that I'm in this hospital and these people won't help me simply because I'm a black woman. I have people that are in healthcare, many nurses that I know that are brown, and they're like, that's what this is. The reason that you're not getting what you need is that. And for a whole year, I didn't want to believe it. That day, I believed it. And I immediately was just kind of like, when the lady's like, I'm going to call the constable, I immediately was like, don't worry about it. So I have to change what is actually right for me and for me as a patient, which is I should be getting some sort of medical care, right? And I don't know if it's because in the medical industry, they just feel like, oh, well, she's a black woman. She can handle it because she's so strong. Or she's exaggerating. We don't believe her. But the fact of the matter is, like I said, the reason I'm sharing that is because I had to step in, even though I'm the patient, I'm the one suffering, to prevent a situation from happening to my husband, possibly with this constable this lady's about to call, simply because he wants to take me to a different hospital so I can get some, health care. So I can get checked out with whatever's going on. And you want to call the constable. And so for me, it was just like, even though I know this whole situation is wrong, give me the paper, I'll sign it. It's intimidation. Again, it's the white lady in the park in New York calling the police because this black man is asking her to not, have your dog in the park with the bird watching situation. So I just want Dorit to get a clue. Dorit, I know so many people just like you, girl. And it's really sad because you should know better. Anyway, it's the privilege. What Garcelle say, I can't with this lady and her privilege. So, like I said, they sit at the table and Garcelle wants to kind of hash it out in front of everyone. I think the reason that Garcelle did that, I'm pretty certain, is because the producer told us. And also, too, because they love, I feel like at Bravo or any type of reality TV, they love to have people go and meet alone so that each person can talk about what happened and it'll be two different stories, right? So then it's like, okay, or they want you to come sit with the group at some point so that the people that are in different alliances can then pounce. Kind of like when Garcelle was telling Erika, don't talk about it. You shouldn't talk that way about anyone's son, especially not my son. And here come Kyle. Well, she got a rough year. Stop it. But I already told y'all Kyle was King Cobra Snake, so it is what it is. I think it was a decent moment because in that moment, Dorit, I could be wrong about this. And I feel that I'm probably wrong simply because she later went and, posted, living in my bubble or whatever. So it was just clear that you really don't get it, right? You don't. But they, nonetheless, one thing I can say about Garcelle that I really admire is that she is a person who can certainly move on. I struggle with that sometimes. You get your feelings hurt. You just don't want to. But Garcelle does it well. And I'm just like, I want to be like her when I grow up. Garcelle, shout out to you, girl. I want to be like you when I grow up. What else happens that day? So basically, like I was going to say, Garcelle kind of accepted her apology again. And she said, I believe you. Dorit does this whole song and dance about, I really want you. If I say the wrong thing, call me out. Okay, we'll see how that plays out in the rest of the season. Alrighty, what else? Okay, so then when they leave, Sutton, this is Sutton's trip to Barcelona. And if you're just tuning in, we're recapping The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe to my channel. It's a free and easy way to support my channel. So I really appreciate it if you guys would do that. Also hit the notification button so you'll know when I go live, when I do uploads, so on and so forth. You'll get a notification. So after they finish the dinner, like I said, Sutton is... she has a dinner party with, I want to say, a guy that, was at some dance studio with her, and he lives wherever they went to Barcelona. I think he lives there, and he invited, I guess, some other notable people that live in that country or whatever. And so they're getting ready for the dinner, but before they get ready for the dinner, Sutton is like, we can't go shopping. We need to go. And then, we have Kyle and Dorit and whomever else who are just kind of like, please let us buy something. Kyle, I know I said you're the King Cobra and I don't really like you per se, but I 100% agreed with you. I'm like, I need to go shopping. You get to live out my real dream, which is, let me just buy whatever Chanel I want, whatever. I love it. I thought it was really cute. At some point, and this has happened to me too, when you travel, sometimes certain countries, won't let the payment go through because they think it's fraud. So a perfect example of that it's probably 10, 15 years ago. Me and my husband went to St. Lucia. And while I was in St. Lucia, I saw, I don't know, I wanted to buy some dishes or pots and pans or something for Martha Stewart. So I went on Macy's.com, made my purchase. I got an email that says, thank you for your, purchase, blah, blah, blah. And then within like 2 minutes, I got another email that says your order has been canceled. And it was canceled because I don't know if it's an algorithm or a fraud department that was just kind of like, yeah, Nikki didn't tell us that she was in St. Lucia, so we're not going to let this go through. And I appreciate that though, because I've had my identity stolen a few times. It's the worst. But they just wanted to make sure that it was really me. So like I said, Garcelle, I think she was looking for another form of payment or something like that. And here comes Erika with her Fendi purse. That was a cute Fendi purse, by the way. Erika, very, very cute. So she says I'll pay for it or whatever, and I thought that was sweet. What else? What else? Oh, like I was saying, so then they go back and they get ready for the dinner party that her friend is giving. And there's this term that they use, erudite or something like that. The only thing I could think of when they said that was that movie Divergent, where everybody's like in a different, not district, because that's Hunger Games, faction, I think is what they call it. So this faction tells the truth. This faction over here, they're police. This faction over here, they, you know, grow food for the village or whatever. So that's what I thought of when they say erudite, because I also believe the erudites in that movie were like doctors, physicians, and whatever else. So for me, that was the correlation. But apparently, Erika knows about erudite, and she talks about it. And a lot of people, they were very like okay, Erika, go ahead. She's really informed about this. But there was another scene I thought was really cool. I think this was before they went to shop or whatever, and they're going to some church. I think it was a Catholic church, I think. And Sutton wants everybody to go to the church, and Erika is just doing the absolute, the absolute most. Erika's like, yeah, church has done me wrong, um, and something about the Catholic Church. She doesn't like it. It's kind of hilarious, and all I could think is, who gave Erika something? Because did she drink before? Was this a free drink before I go to church party? That's what it came across as, Erika. Um. So anyway, I thought that was a cute little scene. So when they do make it back home, before they do get to the dinner where I was talking about the erudites and Erika having seemingly a wealth of knowledge, or at least some knowledge about what these people are, and it's basically they're very sophisticated and worldly or whatever. But then one of the ladies, the black lady, was like, "I love Benny Siegel," and I'm like, "Here's Erika, I do too." And I was like, I can't with Erika. That's what I think. I was just like, did somebody slip something in Erika drink, girl, or who? Anyway, um, Erika does bring up at the table something about Sutton's friend that passed. So the other reason they were there is because Sutton, I think she wanted to like spread this person's ashes. He's some well-known, I guess, dancer guy or something, but he passed away, I think, of cancer. I don't know what he passed away of, so I don't want to get that wrong. But Sutton has his ashes, so clearly they must be cool, because who just has random people's ashes? Nobody, or they shouldn't. And so then Erika just finds it her makes it her business to just say, well, Sutton had his ashes in a Ziploc bag, and it was just like, it was cute, but I was just like, Erika, girl, stop. And so then they talk about Kyle and how she has her mother's ashes like in a restroom or something. Very, very interesting. I don't have anyone's ashes, just saying. My hand's reaching for some reason. Okay, what else happens? So after the dinner, oh, and I think I want to mention that when they got back to the haunted house that they were staying in, Crystal, they checked on Crystal because Crystal had come back from the hospital by then. I thought it was really, cute that everybody checked on them. But then, of course, they show us Annemarie's confessional once again, still shading Crystal because she thinks that Crystal has maligned her college degree. And I'm like, why are you so, or her profession, why are you so bothered by that? I would never, because I'm an intelligent person, I would never be bothered by whether or not whatever you think about me and my intelligence or whatever, because at the end of the day, I have 3 college degrees. Let's not get it twisted. So I don't need to run around America talking about my health perfection. It's sort of like, and how great it is and how great I am. It's just like, There's some saying, let the work you do speak for you. You don't have to, beautiful people don't run around the earth telling everybody they're beautiful. Why? Because they know that they are, and so does everyone else. So if you're so smart, and you're so intelligent, and you're so worldly and, sophisticated and whatnot, then act like it. Because that's not what you're giving. So, um, what else has happened here? Oh, I wrote down too what Erika was talking about. She was basically like, she's dismissing this whole idea that they need to even go to church. And she's like, I had a chapel in my house. I remember that. I thought that was kind of creepy, but also very cool. And Erika basically, I feel like at that moment during that scene, it was just kind of like, I have a bone to pick with God. I have a bone to pick with the people who built this church. I have a bone to pick with the the materials that were used to make the bricks to build it. It was just like, girl, Erika was she was a whole mess. And towards the end of it, Sutton gets very emotional about her friend that passed, and I don't know, somehow they end up in the church in the chapel, and she's, crying, and then Sutton decides to, for some reason, because Kyle is there with her, to apologize to Kyle. And call me whatever, but I just don't feel like Sutton has a reason to apologize for anything regarding Kyle, because Kyle has successfully never missed an opportunity to try to publicly embarrass and humiliate Sutton. She just hasn't. And even after that really crazy, dinner a few seasons ago where Erika literally was attacking Sutton, but your friend Kyle is over here she's already talked to Erika about what you said, and she's putting you in the hot seat, and it's just like, why are we doing that? Everybody said something about Erika. Why are you so laser focused on Sutton? It's a plot and a plan. It's just, and it doesn't make any sense. Because, I had my reservations about Sutton when she first came on the show, talking about she doesn't see color, and Crystal checked her, and I was like, good job, Crystal. You do see color. Saying I don't see color, it's an outdated concept that I think lots of people who aren't brown felt. What they're trying to say is this is a good statement so that I can make it clear that I don't see you any differently than anyone else. But that's just a fallacy, and it's a lie, and it's inaccurate. Why? That's like me saying I can't see that my husband is a man. I clearly can't. So you'd act like you can't tell that I'm brown. Yes, you can, and that's the problem. Because when you do stuff like that, that doesn't educate you. It doesn't help you move forward with trying to be, anti-racist, which is what should really be going on. But the good news with Sutton, she talked to Crystal, and they worked it out by the next season. So I thought that was great. So I think that's basically it. I'm sure there's a few other things that went on. So thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Chanel's Reality. Like I said, I'm Chanel. Please, 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 please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Like all of my videos. Watch them all the way to the end. Give me your feedback. I have no problem with feedback. Be gentle. But what I want you guys to do now is let's just jump down into the comments and let's continue the conversation there. And I want you guys to let me know, like, do you agree that, Annemarie has zero self-awareness and how she was, reacting and responding to Crystal? Do you think that she's right? Do you think Crystal's right, or kind of in the middle? Do you think Sutton owes Kyle a apology? I don't. But let me know why you think, if that is what you're thinking, but why Sutton would owe Kyle a apology, because I don't think she does at all. And tell me what you guys think about Crystal. Because people are like trying to demean her and say, oh, she never really had a voice and this, that, and the third. And I'm just kind of like, Crystal just be sitting in the cut. Like what Giselle Bryan say, waiting for a chance, an opportunity to blow your face off. That's Crystal. But I honestly, I like Crystal. I think she's beautiful. I love the fact that she's smart. She has a cute family. She's responsible. She's elitist. I don't love that part. But, people are who they are. So again, thank you guys for tuning in to Chanel's Reality. Please share this video. Please watch this video to the end. Please like this video and please subscribe to Chanel's Reality. Until next time, I'll see you guys. Bye. Be safe.